All right, all right, all right. It is Wednesday, hump day, and good morning to everybody. Had a pretty interesting day yesterday in the market. So let's get started. First on the news, retail sales month over month. That's probably the biggest mover. We got a Fed talking today, Fed Bowman. Business inventories month over month. I think we'd like to see a buildup on that. It's forecasted to cut back a little bit. If that came in hot, that would be pretty good. And then we got the oil report, and looks like oil traded off yesterday based on that. So let's just get right to it, man. So here's Bitcoin, taking a quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, this way I could put it in the captions and get the clickbait. So we're bullish above this trend line. We're in this channel between these two green lines, and we're just watching it for that channel. We're just trading around in that, and really nothing going on, not making a move until we break that. Let's see what it looks like on the 240. It's a 60. We just got to tab that. There we go. We break into that 240. So, pretty much the same deal. We could even just, this is just lousy software to for graphing. So that's our channel on the 240 that we're going to watch. Just nothing going on until it breaks out of that. And it's just damaged goods. I think people are just afraid of it. And if we take a quick look at oil, we're neutral on oil. We're sitting on a support right about 85.27. Let's throw that bad boy in. So I'm just going to stay neutral on that pending that support. It may pop back and get back into that trend. Gold, once again, not doing a thing. Just kind of consolidating. So I'm just staying neutral on gold. I'm probably going to drop it out of my repertoire. Bonds is always very important to me. And we're neutral, just watching this daily micro trend. Actually, we could change that micro trend. Well, let's see if we can get out of it like that. Yeah, we can. And we'll snap on the low. I'm getting a little more fluid with this software. This is just it's Schwab, but this is just a little bullshit account. I play around with futures. So anyway, on the dailies and the weeklies, we're watching that trend. And then finally, take a look. Your sister's ass. I'll fix that later. Take a quick look at the ES. So we ran up, hit the 200-day moving average, tagged it, turned around, and we traded off. So the 240s are obviously in an uptrend, but it's getting pretty extended. So I wasn't surprised to see that pullback, and I expected a little more yesterday, but we're getting it today. So that's all right. We'll just watch it. As long as we stay above this low right here, we're in the uptrend. So we'll keep an eye on that. Make sure that trend doesn't reverse on us. If you watch the dailies, just there's a trend line that we could keep an eye on. I want snap. I want high, and I think we're right on it. Yeah. So if we start moving up a little bit, if we consolidate and make another push up, we'll probably test that trend line right there. But in order to keep this uptrend, we just have to make another higher low, which is cool. I don't know if we we did that on the weekly yet. That's what's going to be more interesting. That's really what I'm watching. I'd like to see a higher low come in. If we came down to 4,100, then took off again, that would be pretty healthy. That would be encouraging. We broke the downtrend with this move up, but we haven't put in an uptrend until we put in a higher low. So this is what we're watching for. This is how we're watching the market develop. And that's it. Not much more I could say. Hopefully everybody took advantage of this. We had talked about that line where this was a major support down here, and we were going to watch how the market behaves. And here it is. This is how it behaved. It bounced off that major support. Coffee. And we got a lot of people out there talking about this. We haven't seen the bottom. We haven't seen the bottom. And I could still see that 3,300 being the bottom. But, yeah, because I can identify that as a target, I can't say whether it will or will not go down there. I just know when the market starts to make moves, that's a good target. And it's going to have to do a lot of things before I know that it's going to hit that 3,300. So there are also a lot of guys out there saying June was the bottom, June was the bottom. And that could very well be the case. There are a lot of variables out there that could move the market in either direction. On the negative, we have quantitative easing or quantitative tightening beginning, quantitative easing ending in September, where the Feds will let some bond purchases just roll off the sheet. And that could flood the bond market, raise interest rates, but that could also be absorbed by the reduction in the amount of bonds that the Fed is going to be producing, because they're cutting back on how much they're producing. So I don't really know how much of an effect that's going to have and what the market can sustain. There may be a knee-jerk reaction where there's a little fear about the bond tightening, and that could force the market down a little bit. But ultimately, the numbers will demonstrate that the economy and business can absorb that no problem, and it'll be okay. You also have to consider that inflation is coming down. Gas is coming down. Gasoline at the pumps hasn't even come down as much as the futures have. So it's logical to assume that it will come down further at the pump. There's kind of a lag from the future to the pump. So we still see a little more relief at the pumps. The housing market has taken a hit. So housing prices will come down. Historically, rent prices follow housing prices. So housing prices come down, rent prices come down. So that's a big factor in the inflation, the cost of homes and the cost of rent. So another good sign that would argue in the way of us coming into a soft landing and people having confidence in the market. We still have Putin out there, which is a problem, but supply chains are easing up. China, the demand is falling off, which is good for our oil, but we're also doing a lot of onshore manufacturing, and a lot of that's gearing up to begin onshore, and that'll ease up the supply chain. It'll continue to create jobs. I think the job market right now is kind of a big question. It's really hard to get a good picture of what's going on there. People are talking about laying off, but we're making tons of jobs, and so there's a lot that has to come into focus. So there are a lot of variables here to say whether the market's going to continue up or go down. So you could put an argument up for each expectation, but as a trader, you trade what the market's doing. So that's what we're doing. And you could even take that into a longer term view or a swing. If you're investing for value. So I see stocks getting cheap. I like their business model. I buy it. If it goes down, I know I'm going to be at a loss on some of my positions at some time in my life. It happens. But, if the company's good, then what do I care? It'll be up by the time somebody in my family sells them. So, that's the end goal. And then some positions, you just get in and they just start moving up, and, you may lose a little value in your profit, but you never go back to your entry price, and they just keep moving up. So just the nature of investing. All right. So all that being said, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. Any comments or contributions to the channel are greatly appreciated, and all that support is what keeps me coming back to the mic every morning. So so get it done. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like. Everybody, calm, cool, and at peace when you trade. And good luck with your trades.